Hi, welcome back to Day Rates, the show we talk about design and money. I'm Miles. Hi, welcome back to Day Rates, the show we talk about design
and money.
Sweet. Do we normally introduce ourselves?
We're famous enough now. I think,
True.
that people...
The 24 no.
24 is pretty much 25, which is almost 100.
Family, fun, design corner.
Who are we talking about today, Miles?
Tyler Morgan. Tyler Morgan has won some light internet praise from 24 people.
Yeah, he is a senior animator at Oddfellows in Portland, Oregon.
Damn.
You chose him because of his latest reel, I believe?
His reel was really good. It was on Motionographer. It was top quality stuff. Amazing mix. Let us watch it now and react.
Whoa. But yeah, it is very good.
Really nice, soft colors.
He can use a lot of shit. Like, there's like a heap of 3D stuff in there.
Yeah, really
2D
good
shit.
spread of animation.
This dude can animate anything.
I'd be curious, because I don't know, some of it feels so linked. I wonder if he designs as well.
He would be doing some of his own shit, probably. So I dare say some of this is his.
Like Satan Titties.
Satan Titties is
Come
great.
on, really good work. I don't know, I love looking at stuff now that leans heavily into, obviously there's a mix of After Effects and a lot of stuff, because I've kind of, I don't know, I'm playing around with C4D and other stuff now, and I'm like, people are so good at After Effects, it makes you just want to dive back in and play around with that.
Just forgot about it for a while, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you get caught up with the latest thing that you want to try out, and you forget, like, oh, there's this staple program that you can do so much with. And obviously, this guy does some great cell and other stuff as well, so it's a real mix. But beautiful art, beautiful motion, probably a very handsome man. We have no way of knowing. What's the dog into that reel?
The dog's pretty good. I would not have thought to do that.
What? Yes, sir.
Congratulations on making it into the Family Fun Design Corner, Tyler Morgan.
You've been cornered, is what we will now say.
That's what we always say.
You've been cornered.
That's gold.
That's not bad.
Okay, so what's our topic for the day, Miles?
I guess we do maybe a bit more of like this would be a bit more fluid, a bit more studio catch-up-y, but I figured we would talk a bit about collaboration in your projects because we got drunk this week. Sorry, Mom. And we were talking at one point at least, or I was yammering about kind of building up the team again and what we're going to do and how we want to collaborate. And so...
How to do it right this time.
Yeah, and I just feel like recently I've been looking at myself and thinking I'm not naturally collaborative at all.
Neither.
I much prefer diving into something and being in my own little K-hole with it for a long time. But it's got some limitations. It's got some pros and it's got some cons. So I figure we talk a bit about that. But yeah, how do you work, Joel?
Well, I think we're both the same. We kind of have a bit of an ego about our shit and we like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just wondering, like these days, I'm trying to understand it more and like trying to be aware of like when I'm doing that, when I'm kind of taking shit on by myself, when really I should probably get someone else to help me. I'm just trying to think like, is that something that you just learn over time? And is it a hard thing to start doing? Or is it something that just naturally happens? Eventually you're just like hand little bits and pieces off.
Yeah, I think it requires some maturity, which I think now it's just through necessity we're starting to look at, I think.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. We got to this, we had a really good year and it was pretty much just you and I working fairly individually on different projects, but supporting each other along the way. Like, you know, maybe dive in for some edits or whatever it is. But it was really good, I think. We're both quite introverted in that sense when it comes to the work. And I think we made some really good stuff as a result. And now we're thinking, well, how do we one up that next year?
Yeah.
And you butt up against your own limitations if it's just you.
That's definitely true.
Yeah. I think the real benefits of working for yourself is you have full control. That's why we're all drawn to it, or a lot of us are. You really think about a personal project and you want it to be personal.
Yeah.
You want to feel like it is your piece of work at the end, so you can claim that kind of 100%, this is my stuff.
Yeah.
But then also you can nitpick things. You don't have to worry about other people's reaction to feedback and stuff like that.
That's one of the main things.
Yeah, like leaving your ego at the door with getting feedback, and also, you have to have that ability to navigate other people's emotions as well when you're working in a team.
That's very true.
Which is goddamn difficult. No one got into the animation game because they wanted to be like a people person.
That's very true.
Yeah,
we're all just like in a room somewhere with our underpants on.
Yeah, baby boys and girls just trying to hide behind a computer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't know if like I'm trying to like just like find out what the root of this shit is for me anyway. I don't know if it's like, I think it honestly started with just being like, oh, I made this thing, or you did like only a part of a project or whatever, and then you like show your family or something, and they're like, "Did you do all this?" And it's like, "No, I just colored that thing in." Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it's like, and they're just like, okay, yeah. It's good. And it's like, I don't know.
They take the gold star back off you.
Basically,
like they just
dude. Dude, now there's nothing on my fridge.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think that's it. I reckon it's a real ego trip, the wanting to work alone. I suffer from it a lot. Although, I don't know, there's people like the guy, I was watching a Bloomberg thing on the guy that started Linux, which is like a computer. You know, there's like Microsoft and Apple, and there's a whole other operating system that's open source called Linux.
Wow.
It is open source, so clearly there's some collaboration down the line, but he was quite clear that he started it not as a collaborative project. And even to this day, he works alone in an office.
What the
And
fuck?
he maintains a lot of this stuff like with his own efforts, and he's got this little empire, like I'm pretty sure like Android phones run off Linux and stuff like that.
What the fuck?
But he just, for him, it's like he's not a collaborative worker, quite clearly. He's a coder. It's just that mindset.
Yeah.
So how much is it going to benefit you to collaborate first? Are you pushing against what your personality is? Mm-hmm. And that's hard to do. Like most artists, or lots of artists, don't collaborate necessarily. Mm-hmm. Their work is their work.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you're in a professional field? What happens when you need to make bigger projects, and how does that work?
It is just maturity. I think you're right. I think you just got to know when is the time to, require someone's help or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I think and when you see the benefit, like we might fall over sometimes. We would benefit maybe from a designer designing some of what we're animating.
True.
And taking some of that mental pressure off. But that to us, that would feel like almost the hardest thing for me to get rid of.
That's the main part, right?
Yeah, because to me, it's like animation is great, but I want to know that I like made that aesthetic for that piece.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, but someone else might be just doing that all day. And we are animating as well and managing projects and other stuff. And if you're going to be creative directing, you kind of need to trust other designers to do some of the work for you. Scary.
I think we're now becoming aware of that. I think that's probably the first step, I guess, is to being like, no, I need to at least think about who I can reach out to get some help for this. Or like, if I'm just thinking like, even with the promo I'm doing at the moment, I want your honest opinions, and you're giving them to me, and it's like helping.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think we just got to learn how to do it. Now I think we are slowly.
Yeah, very slowly. I think we're both the same. Like I'm very prickly with getting feedback, which is a maturity thing. Mm-hmm. Like, if I was more mature, I'd be fine to get feedback. A lot more often, I'd be requesting it.
Yeah.
So that's something we were talking about. A great way to maybe handle that would be you offer feedback on your own piece first. So you kind of just burst that seal of we're going to actually look at this and see what we can improve on it. And then someone else can say...
I see nothing wrong with it. It's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, then go fuck yourself. But like if you address something first, then it takes the kind of ego pain off it because you're saying, I accept that this thing's not perfect. Mm-hmm. And then you open a little door where you say, all right, I could fix that maybe. And then someone else could be like, yeah, I reckon that would make it even better and this could help as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably a way to do it. Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
We should make that a little like ritual with our stuff. We're going to do it because I feel like I know what's wrong with my thing. And I know that a lot of the feedback I'd probably get from you would be confirming stuff I know is wrong with it as well.
Yeah, the same here, yeah.
But I need to, I as a person with a big old ego that needs to like maintain my, inner childness thing, I probably need to just feel like I have some control over that feedback process as well. Mm-hmm. Because it's hard. Some things we're going to end up fighting on. And it'll just be differing. In those instances, you got to imagine it's differing personal opinions. It's not like, why doesn't that thing have any easing?
Yeah.
It's not a technical issue. It's
like an
art
artistic
thing.
Choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I think to the team thing, I was listening to Grayscale Gorilla podcast with studio owner of Already Been Chewed. And he was talking about, he's kind of like us. He's not in a major market. He's somewhere in Texas. Mm-hmm. And they built the team just based off either people were taking responsibilities off him, so he didn't have to worry about certain things, or they were bringing something new to the table. And so in terms of broader collaboration, us building a team, I feel like that's quite important.
That's probably, actually makes a lot of sense.
Does this person that we have save us time, or are they going to, do they do sell animation? That's what they do, and it's something that will be like comfortable to offer to clients after we have them on board.
Yeah, right.
That's the kind of difference, I think. So collaboration, if it's unlocking doors for you, it's making your life easier, especially if you're, say, managing a studio or creative directing, that's how it should be. It should be trying to share responsibilities and burden, and sharing the responsibilities gives that person a chance to improve their career as well. So
that's true. I mean, I guess are we looking to hire someone next year?
Maybe one of you like and subscribe. But yes, I think the time's coming.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that might be good for us. That might help us with this collaboration thing.
Yeah, I think so. And
we already have someone else starting soon.
Yeah, exactly. We've had help from a designer recently, which has been really, really great. It's taken some of the workload off me personally. Mm-hmm. And she's going to come and handle a maternity contract while wife, weekly shout out. What a lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk to you later. Cut that.
It's the very start of the episode.
Yeah, no. It's been really good to bring someone else in and just. I had a lot of failings as a manager in the past few years, I think, and now coming back into it just a bit more professionally minded and knowing that it has to be sustainable for me as well. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the way to do it, is to have kind of realistic expectations of everyone and give people like a path to actually getting something out of it themselves as well. Mm-hmm. I think it's hard if you're managing a team to have someone that's just there churning over whatever the worst work is, because and which is something we did in the past and it wasn't the best. That works if there's someone that is passionately trying to improve the career and they'll find ways, you know, but a lot of people need some help. You need to actually make sure you're giving them a spread of work and giving them a path to do more. Yeah. So that's something we'd have to think about if we hired someone.
It's going to be so hard to do.
But that's it. Do we hire someone that's, we feel like is creatively equal, so they're not going to come to do the shittest work, we'll still spread that completely equally, and they have some other skill that we don't have that we're missing? I think
that's the best way to go.
Yeah.
I think that is the way to go.
But then when do you get juniors as well? Because at some point you could be handling edits your whole life, and at some point that's how hierarchies get built a little bit, because some people cut their teeth on that while they're learning.
I get that, but I mean, you don't want to get someone that's too junior.
Yeah.
Maybe you need someone who's like a bit mid-level or something, or we just look at like the whole business and just try to fix that issue of like edits and that sort of thing, and just start to be like, you know, savage with edits and like be proper, because we're still like pretty like easygoing with our clients, and like,
you hear that, clients? We're pretty nice.
We are.
Hey, hire us for your next job. Do you need an animation? We can help.
But yeah, I think it makes more sense to get someone who's a bit better, who has a skill that we don't necessarily have.
Yeah.
I think that would be more beneficial for us.
Yeah, I think it's probably a risk up front, because we don't know how they're going to work in the pipeline.
True.
But like I say, it's Cell Animator. We don't really offer that to clients, so we don't know where it would work out. But if we just start bringing them in on something that would be a bit more of a boring scene, typically, now there can be some fluid elements in it. Mm-hmm. And then try to work that in, that might just raise the quality of work all up. Yeah. So yeah, it's like, how do you approach it, I suppose?
Yeah, well, that's the goal, I guess.
Yeah, I was thinking the other thing with collaboration, which is something we need to probably work on, and just doing it with each other, is having kind of clearly defined roles in a project. I don't think it works if you're trying to split both people doing the design. Someone needs to take a lead on one thing, and someone's taking a lead on the other thing. So there's kind of clearly defined, I'm going to take this portion of the project, you're going to go and grab the baton from here and take it another section, and then we'll both look at the end or whatever it's going to be.
Well, we kind of were doing that recently, and that worked really well for a project. So
that's true, yeah.
And I think we already do, like, design-wise, someone usually just does a storyboard.
Yep.
And whatever, and then we both kind of animate at the end. But I think you're right. We did, yes. I handled all the icon animation in this project we just did, and you did everything else. And then it was easy for me to just go into that project file and then just drop the icons where they needed to be, and it fucking worked perfectly.
Yeah, it's very efficient. Yeah,
it was crazy. I didn't expect it to work so well.
Yeah, it's funny, because I guess in the past, that split, we would do scene by scene, and we're quite good at that. Things feel quite linked, but in the past, we've had team situations where one scene was very clearly looked different to the other ones, or things are animated in a unique way, which doesn't work for a lot of corporate projects, especially. Yeah. If you're working together on something like that, consistency is the key. People just want the whole thing to feel like it's one single piece, Yeah. More personal projects and stuff like that, there's always room for a bit of fluidity or some quirkiness here and there. But yeah, clients don't want none of that. So
collabs. If you want to collab, just hit us up.
Yeah, I don't know. And then trying to find a sound designer now.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
Might not happen because scared of the collab.
Scared of the collab, but also I'm not sure what the fuck we're paying for, because hear me out. We have
tapping the top of a car and being like, how long? How many miles on this thing?
Kicking the tire. Yeah. We have a song. We have a track for this thing.
Yep.
We have now a voiceover for this thing.
Perfect.
All we need are some light sound effects to go with the animation.
Yeah.
Now, am I just paying for someone's library of sounds?
I don't know. I think I know when I use a sound effect, I just drop it in, and you know that when you watch, I don't know, like On Hub by Gunner or something, that Google piece, it's pretty generic kind of sound effects, but they are the perfect level against things. The voiceover is the perfect level against the music. Mm-hmm. There's just some depth to it, which I think if we found someone that understood that that's what we want out of it, then it'd be worth the payment.
Yeah.
But hard to know what you're getting.
Exactly, because we haven't used anyone before.
No.
And I've looked at people's kind of reels or whatever.
Yeah.
And some of them just kind of sound like what I would have done. Like, I mean, maybe not. Maybe they did it in a better way. Maybe I'm just delusional. But,
yeah.
I mean, yeah. Unless we just knew this person was a gun. Because it's hard to see when you're watching a reel. You're like, it's hard to focus just on the sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're just like, this reel's great.
Yeah, and even then, you can hear the sounds, but you're just like, I don't know what's happening on the screen, so I need to know what's happening. And it's a hard thing to do.
I think it would be worth us trying it just to get a sense, just to at least try someone out. Even if it was a small task, but they're the kind of person that'll go above and beyond and try to make it good, then at least you found someone to use again for the bigger things. We like compose the song, sort the rest out for us as well.
Yeah, okay.
So, but then also,
you go ahead.
Got to be willing to burn the money.
True.
You might, when you're starting to try people, you're trialing them. It might just not work out. It's fine as well.
That's true. Well, we have one person on Monday who's going to get back to me.
Okay, cool.
And I'm hoping that that's the person.
By the way, yeah, you've like finished up your promo, like you're part of it almost, which is great.
Almost, yeah. I mean, I would show, but I think we should probably just wait till it's finished at this point. Yeah. It's nearly done.
But it's really good. It's some of the best motion to come out of the studio.
It's the best motion I think I've ever done. Motion-wise, yes, for sure. And
it's got great design. It's got Joel written all over it, and I think it'll be like a good promotional tool for us. It'll actually get us business, which is nice. It's it's got a clear market that someone would say, I need something like that. So I think it's really good.
So it's first time as well. We have this thing where we always use voiceover artists, but they're always Australian because our clients are majoritively Australian. And this time, I don't know, we always, all the cool explainer videos we see on like Motionographer and this and that, they're all like American companies, right?
Yeah.
They always have American voiceovers, and it may sound stupid, but it's like...
Feels more legit.
It feels way more legit for some reason when it's an American accent. So this time we're getting two voiceovers. We've got like an Australian woman on the way and an American woman on the way. So it was the first time using an American voiceover. It was only a $5, so we'll see how that goes. It's
kind of fun because it could be a chance for us to advertise specifically to the States.
Yeah,
and then just see what it's like working with US clients. We've worked with US clients actually once or twice before. Mm-hmm. I noticed that they much more see business as a thing. Like, it's hard to explain, but there seems like a more defined process.
Yeah, right. They're just better than us.
I don't know. It's funny. Like, I think you lose some of the flexibility in the process, but there's more like business people that are like, I don't know, running that marketing campaign. Just this hand action and just business, So yeah, I'm curious though. I'm keen to do some more work for international clients again.
Yeah.
Bits and pieces.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because then it's like they're not calling you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So I think that'll be really good. But
back to collaboration anyways. I'm finished like with the visuals and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just asking you yesterday. I was just like, what the fuck about this is wrong? Like, what do you think needs to change? Because I really want to know. I really want to make this the best thing it can be. And going back to like learning how to be a good collaborator, I think I'm learning because normally I'd be like, I wouldn't want it. Yeah. But now I really want this piece to be really good. And I think I am learning to just accept that to make it a better piece, I need some more eyes on it. Yeah. And I trust your judgment.
I mean, most of design advice, or most career advice, it feels like, comes down to everyone randomly has a huge ego. It's just what it is. I think most of us are battling it in some way. There's a lot of people that are really sly with it. They seem like super chill people, but they're not really.
Yeah, it's like a very Australian thing as well.
Yeah. It's like, whatever. It's never fucking work with that person again.
Burnt.
But yeah, so I think that's it. Is just how can you leave your ego at the door and just try to look at your own piece objectively? And collaboration can really help with that if you're in the right headspace to actually get other people's input.
Maybe it's because I'm so proud of it too.
Yeah.
It's like, I need this to be the best thing.
Yeah, you don't want one little detail that you look at in a year's time.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck. Just solve that, yeah.
So I don't know, because I don't think we've ever really done
No.
full projects to ourselves, really. For actual purposes, not just like on the side or whatever. But this is like for the business, and I'm just so happy with it at the moment that I'm like, I just need some other eyes on it to see if there's something I missed or like, because I want it to be the best.
And I guess like in terms of collaboration and the feedback process, it depends. If you look at feedback as a chore you have to get through at the end of a project to sign it off, then it's always going to suck.
That's true.
If you look at it as like how you're looking at it, this is an opportunity to make this thing even better.
Yeah.
Then it's exciting. You can still think like, I've got this scene, I love it. Like, what can we do to push this even further?
Yeah.
That's actually like interesting to think how you could take your really good idea and then add that scale to it that you see in other studios.
Yeah.
You know, that's interesting.
That's exactly right.
And how much are you willing to throw out of what you've done to fix it up? You know, like how you got to get back under the hood and really fix some stuff if you want to do it.
Yeah. Not just slapping some effects on.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't, sometimes you might have to go back to the start of a scene and reanimate it.
Yeah.
But I think that's something we'll get better at. And that's ideally something that more resources help with as a studio. Like if you have extra people, you have the time and efforts to say, you know, person C, can you go and try to make the scene even better? And that way it's not like they're just the edits monkey. They've got like a real purpose to put their stamp on something as well.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. But, you know, check back next week when we're fully alone still and just like, you know.
We don't really have it, because it's for ourselves, we don't really have a timeline on it either. So it's like, it does give us the freedom to kind of like look back. It's taken ages, but it's because we've only been working on it when we haven't had client work, which is
some weeks you've had like
sparse.
1 hour you could spend on it really, and that's it.
Yeah, but it's kind of been good in a way because it like you kind of reset and then look back at it and be like, oh, that was wrong, and fix it. So it's kind of good.
Yeah, you need some space with stuff. Yeah, it's almost like finish your project and then leave it 1 week.
Yeah.
Watch it 10 times over a week.
That's
and you'll
legit.
be like,
It's the same thing with when I take photos, man.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people have said, like with film photography, if you shoot a bunch of photos, you automatically remember that one that you're just like, that one's going to be fucking dope.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then if you get the film back and it's not really that dope, you still think it is because it's like you put like the effort into this photo. But like if you, that's just aesthetically, if you just look at it, another person looked at it and they're like, it's not technically good.
Yeah.
So you should like get, like a lot of people get their film back, but just don't open the files for like 3 weeks maybe.
Perfect.
And then just look back at it and be like, that wasn't a good photo. Like,
I feel like that's really important. Yeah, I always look at my stuff and a week later I'm like, it's so dark and contrasty. And if I just sat with it for a week, like I need like a whole fake Instagram that sits for a full week and I look at it and I'm like, incorrect, you know?
That's so true though. It is like a dark and contrast thing. I get the same thing with my shit. You're always just like, what was I like? Why is it so dark? Like it's automatically that's probably the one thing that's like stands out the most. It's just like how dark I lighted.
Yeah, it's almost like when you're going to, I don't know, try a cologne or something and they spray with 4 different things and you just got no idea. Like it's,
I guess that one.
Yeah, once you edit your photo or image 3 times, you're like, I have no idea. I can't remember what it originally was.
Dude, I gotta like go out of the room, come back and be like, it's terrible. Oh, no.
But yeah. But that's ideally to collaboration, that should speed up that loop because they are you a week from now, the second person. True. It's just saving you a week if you actually listen to their opinion on it. True. You know, so that's hopefully what we'll be doing. I still am a salty dog, you know.
We all are.
But yeah, it's step 1 is look at yourself in the mirror, realize that even though you think you're like a nice motion graphics person, you're a piece of garbage. Dude, all right.
Miles is trash. Like his shit is so fucking bad.
It's true.
But at least I'm here to fix everything up.
Thanks, babe.
Well,
yeah.
I guess that wraps it up.
We did it. We collabed.
We collabed on this collaboration talk.
Yeah.
So why don't you collab with us by subscribing, hit that little bell icon, and share us around.
Bam. I mean, our parents love the show, so maybe if you tell your parents, they'll love the show too, all right?
Dude, my parents just fake love it. They don't really love it.
Yeah, it's true. They actually text me every time like, fucking shit.
Keep doing what you're doing, Miles. Joel, what the fuck?
Sense of Miles show coming on.
Yeah, I guess we'll see you guys next week with another lovely episode of Day Rates.
And we end how we always end. Teamwork is work until you have a team.